So, magandang araw, magandang gabi sa lahat. Ito po ang aking first video lesson, Performance Tasks in Statistics and Probability, at prepared by Boyna Moise P of 11 STEM Curie. So, starting po ang i-explain at sasagutan po natin ngayon ay ang mga pinapasagutan sa Activity 7. So, ang mga given question po from 1 to 5 ay ito. So, reading the instruction, we have the find me. So, we're gonna supply the needed information to solve the missing value that is needed from 1 to 5. So, here are the solutions and answers that I'll be explaining. So, starting from number 1, we have the given of x or random value of 25 with the mean of 40 and standard deviation of 6. So, ang hinahanap po ay ang z-score. So, ang formula po to get z-score is to minus the random value or yung mismong score na given. Then, we're gonna minus it to the mean na also given. Then, we're gonna divide the difference to the standard deviation na also given. Now, if we're gonna substitute it, ang x ay ma-minus natin sa mean, which is 25 minus 40, at ang makukuha natin ay negative 15. Now, kung i-divide natin siya dun sa standard deviation na given, which is 6, makakakuha tayo ng sagot na negative 5 over 2. Now, kung i-convert po natin siya sa decimal form, we're gonna get the answer of negative 2.5. So, sa number 2, ang hanap naman po ay ang x or yung random variable. Now, we have the given of z is equals to negative 2.25 and the mean of 218. Now, we also have the standard deviation of 36. Now, to get the x or yung random variable, we're gonna multiply the z-score to the standard deviation. Then, the product will be added into the mean. Now, kung substitute po natin yung mga given values dun sa mismong formula, ang i-multiply po natin yung z-score na may value na negative 2.25 sa standard deviation of 36, and makakakuha po tayo ng sagot na negative 81. Ngayon, kung ipagpa-plus po natin yung negative 81 sa 218, makakakuha po tayo ng sagot na 137 as the value of our random variable or yung x. Sa number 3 naman po, meron po tayong given na random variable of 39 with the mean of 30 at ang standard deviation of 3. Ngayon, ang hanap po ay ang z-score. Ngayon, babalik po tayo sa formula sa 1 with the z-score formula na ima-minus ang 39, which is yung random variable. Ima-minus po sa mean with sa given na to is 30. Now, ang sagot magiging 9. Then, kung i-divide po natin siya sa standard deviation, which is 3, makakakuha po tayo ng 9 over 3, which is a simplified form ay 3 over 1, or 3. Sa number 4, ang hanap po ay ang z. So, we have the random variable of 125 with the mean of 105 and the standard deviation of 8. Now, kung i-minus po natin yung random variable o yung score na 125 at ibabawas po natin sa mean, which is yung 105, makakukuha po tayo ng sagot na 20. Kung i-divide po natin sa standard deviation of 8 to get the answer of 20 over 8. Now, if the lowest term, and we're gonna get the answer of 5 over 2, or as a value of z score, we're gonna have the value of 2.5. Sa number 5 naman po, ang hanap po ay ang random variable x. And to get it, we're gonna multiply the z-score and the standard deviation. Then the product will be added into the mean. So now, kung substitute po natin z-score times standard deviation, which is 111, multiplied into 20. Now we're gonna get the answer of 22.2. Now the product will be added into the mean, which is our 145. Now, if we're gonna add it, we're gonna get the answer of 167.2. So, for the second set of the questions, we have here the solve me or the problem solving questions. So, here are the given problems, which is 1 and 2. In 1, the mean number of hours a Filipino worker spends on a computer is 3.1 hours per workday. Assume the standard deviation is 0.5 hour and is normally distributed. How long does a worker spend on the computer if his z-score is 1.2? Now, we're gonna get the given, which is in 3.1 hours na stated doon, which is yung mean number of hours done a Filipino worker sa computer. Then we're also gonna have the given standard deviation, which is yung 0.5 R. Then finally, we have the z-score of also asked, which is yung 1.2. Now, ang hinahanap po yung how long does a worker. So we have the clue that it is the score or the random variable x. So now, to solve, we have the here equation of x, which is the katulad ng sinabi kanina na merong formulang x na imumultiply ang z-score sa standard deviation, then yung product will be added into the mean. Now, kung substitute po yung mga given values to the formula, we're gonna multiply the z-score of 1.2 to the 0.5, which is standard deviation, and we're gonna get the answer of 0.6. Then add it into the 3.1, which is our mean, we're gonna get the answer of 3.7 hours. So basically, 3.7 hours yung ginugugol ng mga worker sa paggamit ng computer kung meron silang given na z-score of 1.2. Sa number 2 naman po, sa each month, a Filipino household generates an average of 28 pounds of newspaper for garbage or recycling. Assume the standard deviation is 2 pounds. Determine the z-score of a household that generates 22 pounds of newspaper. Now, meron po tayong given na 28 pounds daw po ng newspaper as an average sa Filipino household. We also have the standard deviation of 2 as also given. It is stated there that we should assume that it is normally distributed. Now we also have here the x, which is the score of random variable of 22 pounds, which is also being asked. Now, ang required po natin ay ang z-score. Ngayon, to get the z-score, we're gonna also have the formula of standard random variable x, which is also minus to the will be subtracted into the mean, and the difference will be divided into the standard deviation. Now, if we're gonna substitute the values, now yung x, which is our 22, then 28, which is our mean, then we're gonna get the answer of -6. 22 minus 28. Now, kung i-divide po siya sa 2, we're gonna get the answer of simplified form, which is -3. Determine the z-score. So we have the z-score of -3 if a household generates 22 pounds of newspaper. So in number 3, the Candelaria Automobile Association reports that the average time it takes to respond to an emergency call is 30 minutes. Assume the variable is normally distributed and the standard deviation is 4.5 minutes. How long will a call be responded if it has a score of 0.75? Now, stated there, meron po tayong given na 30 minutes as our mean, and meron po tayong standard deviation na 4.5 minutes as also given. At meron po tayong condition na ang if ang z-score is 0.75. So, as all given, ang nawawala po is yung x or our random variable. Now, we have the equation of x is equals to z-score times standard deviation, which is the product will be added into the mean. Now, to substitute the given values to the formula, we're gonna have the 0.75 as our z-score multiplied to the 4.5, which is our standard deviation. Now, yung product po is plus 30. Then, yung product po ng 0.75 and 4.5, which is equals to 3.375. Now, kung i-add po natin sa 30 ay magiging 33.375 minutes. So, it takes 33.375 minutes for a call to be responded if yung z-score is 0.75. Now, lastly, for the number 4, the average monthly salary for newly hired teachers is 21,945 pesos. If the distribution is approximately normal with a standard deviation of 3,250 pesos, how much will a teacher earn in a month if his salary has a z-score of 1.15? Now, as stated, ito po yung mga given natin, which is the average monthly salary daw, which is yung 21,945 pesos, na mayroon din daw na standard deviation of 3,250 pesos, at may condition if the z-score is 1.15. Ngayon, na mawala po ay ang random variable x. Now, to get it, we're gonna multiply the z-score to the standard deviation, then the product will be added to the mean. Now, to substitute the given values to the formula, we're gonna have the 1.15 as our z-score multiplied to the 3250, which is the given standard deviation. Now, the product will be added to the mean, which is our 21,945. Now, if we're gonna add it, we're gonna have the answer of 25,682.5 pesos. So, that's all po. Salamat.